Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to 9 Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book, Nutrivore, The Radical New Science for Getting the Nutrients You Need from the Food You Eat by Dr. Sarah Ballantyne, reframes healthy eating around a practical question. Are you getting enough of the nutrients your body requires? And are you getting them from foods that fit your life? Rather than centering weight loss, macros, or rigid food rules, the book emphasizes nutrient density and dietary variety as the most reliable foundations for long-term health. Ballantyne draws on her background in health science communication to translate nutrition research into actionable choices, explaining why focusing only on calories or protein can miss key vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients that influence energy, immunity, hormones, and metabolic resilience. Readers are guided to assess their diets through a nutrient lens, prioritize foods that deliver the most benefit per bite, and build meals that are both enjoyable and sustainable. The tone is pragmatic and inclusive, making it useful for people who feel overwhelmed by conflicting diet advice and want a clear framework for everyday decisions. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, a nutrient-first framework that moves beyond diet tribes. A core idea in Nutrivore is that nutrition quality is best evaluated by what your diet provides rather than by which label it fits. Instead of debating whether low-carb, low-fat, plant-based, paleo, or Mediterranean is superior, the book encourages readers to ask whether their food choices consistently supply essential micronutrients and beneficial compounds. This perspective helps explain why two people can follow the same name diet and get very different health outcomes, because food selection and variety matter more than ideology. The nutrient-first framework also offers a way to personalize. Dietary restrictions, preferences, culture, and budget can all be accommodated as long as nutrient needs are met. Ballantyne highlights how nutrient density, diversity, and overall dietary pattern interact with lifestyle factors like sleep, stress, and physical activity. The result is a set of priorities that are stable even when specific trends change. By focusing attention on foods that deliver broad nutrient coverage, readers can replace confusion with a clear decision rule, choose options that add nutritional value, improve balance across the week, and reduce reliance on highly refined staples that displace more nourishing foods. Secondly, nutrient density and the concept of eating for coverage. The book develops nutrient density as a practical tool, not an abstract score. Nutrient density means how many vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, amino acids, and protective plant compounds you obtain relative to calories and portions you realistically eat. Ballantyne frames this as eating for coverage, consistently reaching adequate intake for a wide range of nutrients rather than chasing perfection for a few. This approach clarifies why some diets feel good initially but stall later, because missing nutrients can gradually affect energy, mood, recovery, and immune robustness. It also explains why ultra-processed foods can be problematic even when calories are controlled, because they often crowd out nutrient-rich foods and reduce dietary diversity. Readers learn to prioritize foods that provide multiple nutrients at once and to build meals that layer benefits, such as pairing colorful produce with quality proteins and healthy fats. The book encourages a long view, using weekly patterns and rotation to cover nutrient bases. The goal is not restrictive eating but strategic selection that makes it easier to meet needs consistently in real life. Thirdly, leveraging both plant and animal foods for complementary nutrition, Nutrivore presents a complementary view of plant and animal foods, emphasizing that each category offers unique strengths. Plant foods tend to excel in fiber, many vitamins, minerals, and a vast array of phytochemicals linked with resilience and long-term health. Animal foods often provide highly bioavailable protein and key nutrients that can be harder to obtain in sufficient amounts from plants alone for some people, depending on diet design and life stage. Rather than framing the conversation as one side versus the other, the book guides readers to use a broad menu to close nutrient gaps. This includes choosing a wide range of vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains, nuts, and seeds, while also considering nutrient-dense animal options where appropriate. The emphasis remains on food quality and variety, with attention to how different foods contribute to overall coverage. Readers also get a lens for decision-making when preferences or ethics limit certain foods, because the nutrient-first method can highlight which nutrients require extra planning and which foods are efficient sources. This balanced stance helps readers build an eating pattern that is inclusive, flexible, and grounded in nutritional adequacy. Fourthly, practical meal-building strategies that make nutrient density easy. A key contribution of the book is translating nutrient concepts into day-to-day habits. Instead of relying on complicated tracking, Ballantyne emphasizes simple strategies that increase nutrient density without demanding perfection. Examples include building plates around a foundation of minimally processed whole foods, intentionally adding color and variety to produce choices, and rotating staples to avoid repetitive nutrient gaps. The book also highlights the importance of protein and fiber as anchors for satiety and metabolic steadiness, while encouraging readers to think about micronutrients as the hidden drivers of how they feel. Planning tactics focus on making the right choice the easy choice, keeping versatile nutrient-rich ingredients on hand, using batch cooking, and creating mix-and-match meal templates. The nutrient density lens can also be applied when eating out or choosing convenience foods by looking for options that include vegetables, quality proteins, and less refined components. Importantly, the guidance aims to reduce stress and food guilt by emphasizing progress through small upgrades. Over time, these upgrades compound, producing a pattern that is nourishing, enjoyable, and maintainable even during busy seasons. Lastly, long-term health outcomes. Linked to micronutrient sufficiency and diversity, Nutrivore connects everyday food choices to the broader physiology of health. Micronutrient sufficiency supports critical systems including immune function, energy production, blood sugar regulation, neurological health, and hormone signaling. The book underscores that many modern dietary patterns can be calorie adequate yet nutrient poor, which may contribute to fatigue, cravings, slow recovery, and general feelings of not thriving. By centering nutrient density and diversity, readers are encouraged to build a nutritional buffer that supports long-term resilience. Diversity matters because nutrients and phytochemicals work in networks, and no single food provides everything. A varied diet can also support a healthier gut environment through a broader range of fibers and plant compounds. The book situates nutrient-first eating as a proactive strategy, not just a response to illness, and emphasizes that improvements are often felt through better energy, steadier mood, improved digestion, and more consistent appetite signals. While the approach is science-informed, it is also realistic. Long-term success comes from habits that fit daily life. The ultimate promise is a more robust baseline of health by consistently choosing foods that deliver the nutrients your body depends on. In conclusion, this book is best for readers who are tired of diet dogma and want a clear, science-grounded way to decide what to eat without turning meals into math. It can help beginners who need a simple framework, as well as experienced health enthusiasts who already eat well but suspect they still have gaps in variety or micronutrient coverage. Nutrivore benefits daily life by shifting focus from restriction to nourishment, which can improve energy, satiety, mood stability, and the sense of confidence that comes from eating with purpose. The nutrient-first lens also supports flexibility. It can be adapted for families, busy professionals, athletes, and people with dietary preferences because the central goal is meeting needs through smart food selection and repetition-resistant variety. Compared with similar nutrition books that emphasize a single style of eating, this one offers a more durable decision system that stays useful even as trends change. Its value is in the practical translation of nutrition science into priorities that can guide grocery shopping, meal planning, and eating out. If you want a roadmap for building a nutrient-rich pattern that is sustainable, this book is worth buying. If you would like to support Dr. Sarah Ballantyne, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.